And then they treat you like a criminal when you report it and see it or whatever. You just gone through the trauma of your life. I mean, that's as bad as watching somebody being cut up in front of you, murdered in front of you. Watching, or even worse, because it's not humans doing it. It's something else doing it. But this, can you imagine hearing the screams? It would be this like what was happening in the German concentration camps, where they would be doing these horrible experiments on, the prisoners and all this stuff. The horrendous amount of torture and pain that's being inflicted. Now, if they're here, and this is really going on, then how can you be on the camp that they're here to protect us? That they're giving off orbs to protect us? They're here to save humanity. Why would they need to torture people, implant people, abduct people, never return them, and do all this horrid stuff that we hear about?
That's right. And you brought up a kind of a good metaphor there when you mentioned the concentration camp and the Nazis, because here's the thing. There's people out there right now that said, just like you're talking about, oh, they're here to help us and all that. And the thing is, if they're abducting you against your will and doing all these experiments, and then I've heard some people say, well, they don't know any better. They look at us like animals. They don't have any empathy. Well, you know what? Neither did somebody that grew up somewhere on an island or these Nazis. They didn't either. But that doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. It's not okay to abduct somebody out of your house or your family and do jiggy things with you and try to scrub your brain and give you PTSD all your life. And you're afraid to go to bed unless you got a gun. Not that you're going to be able to use it anyway, because there's really no defense against this.
No, the having the gun is nothing more than psychological security for you that have gone through this. It make you feel more secure. Let's face it, if they're going to abduct you while you're sleeping at night, you're not going to be able to grab your flashlight and gun. It's not going to do you a damn bit of good. They're going to do what they want with you. And maybe one of these times when they abduct you and pull you out of your bed and do whatever they're doing with you, maybe they're just saying, okay, well, you know what? He's no more use for us. So they take you to this chamber, dehydrate you, and get rid of you.
Yeah, I believe it was Mary told us about those reports of that, where, they, pretty much you become the chicken, and they have the machine that does, like you just explained with the chicken, and pretty much dehydrates us, drop us down, and they turn us into candle wax or get rid of us totally, and no evidence or whatever. And these are all just very horrific things, but and the other variables and factors that go into this, there's more than one kind of humanoids out there vying for whatever it is they're vying for. Oh, no, the world is flat and there's only one species of humanoids that's been coming to Earth, and they got 25 million cloak UFOs circulating around Earth to protect us from I don't know what. Okay, well, you want to buy a piece of flat land I have? It is off the flat world. Come on, people. Something is going on now. Unless we got a lot of psychopathic liars out here, it's saying that they were abducted. That these people that claim they have implants or been implanted, and which there has been proof when Dr. Roger Leir was alive and was removing them that these were implants. Something is up. And I don't believe they're the paranormal. I don't believe they're coming from a parallel universe. I don't think they're time travelers. But you know what? Our mind can't digest what's going on. So we in our mind have to justify what it is, right? So, hey, they're us from the future. They're from us in the past. They're from a parallel universe. They're here to protect mankind. Whatever your beliefs are, but come on, I don't think it's any of that. I really don't. I don't think they're here to help us. Now, maybe they abducted somebody, and maybe for their abduction, whatever they did to them, they cured a cancer. Maybe if you think about it, that curing that guy's cancer after he was abducted and taken aboard a UFO and experimented on was an accident. Okay? Maybe they weren't
trying to get rid of the guy's cancer. Maybe it was this, whatever they did to the person on that craft and returned the person, it terminated the cancer. We don't know. But something, James, is happening, and people got their thumbs up their asshole.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Tell me what you really think. Yeah.
That's a $75 fine from the FCC. I tell you what, I think.
Oh, boy. But, yeah, I agree with you. And the thing is, and we've said this before, this has been going on for millennia, many millennia. So they're not still trying to experiment or find out where they're going to find out. They're so far advanced. They know what they're looking for. They know what's here. So what they're doing is either they need us for something to sustain themselves being here or other. We don't know, but it's definitely not some kind of experiment they're trying to find out because they'd have done known it by now.
Well, why would they need a bull's heart? Why would they need the sex gland, the udders, the eyes, and certain other things? Or same with the humans. Why would they need the testicles? Why would they need the heart? And with the humans, they actually have taken a size of like needle size holes into the corpse and sucked out their insides. I don't know anything we have that could do that. Like I said, something is going on and we're in denial. Why do we have a Space Force? Okay? Now the newest thing is, well, it's to protect us against the missiles, maybe of Russia, because they're hypersonic speed, and we don't have anything really to defend them other than if we are up in space, and if one of them starts coming while the engine is still running on this missile, then we can take it out. Yeah, sure. Why would you create a Space Force? Why would you want one? Why would President Reagan, when he was president of the United States, say and mention about alien threats? Why he did that in a couple speeches. And then why would he say to me, because I got to know him for my dad's friend, James Gardner, why would he say, well, Star Wars was not really to protect us against the Soviet Union, it's to protect us against them out there. Well, who's them out there? Though I know it's the guys from Tuaplan.
It's the guys that went up in the balloon and went too far, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't we have pictures of the backside of the moon made
That's
public?
That's a good question.
Why? Yeah. Of course, is the moon flat like the Earth is, James?
Well, it depends who you ask, and if it is flat, it's only on one side.
Yeah, or the Earth doesn't rotate. I heard that for some people, too. There's one guy keeps sending me stuff like that. The Earth doesn't rotate. It doesn't spin. I think something of that guy doesn't spin. But it's crazy. Have you ever seen anything from the space station looking down at the Earth? You can actually see the Earth moving. Duh.
Yeah, I think if the Earth didn't spin at 20, whatever it is, if it didn't spin, I think we'd probably lose a lot of things. Maybe like everything, the ocean, us.
Yeah, we wouldn't be standing on your living room. Your whole house would be, out there somewhere. It could become a big UFO. But yeah, I think people need to open their eyes up. Yeah. Again, I can understand. A lot of people don't want to believe that there is other humanoids or whatever they are out there, that we're the only humanoids. They don't want to because they're scared to really think about it. I think deep down, even the people that are in denial know that we're not the only ones. Seriously. I mean, there can't be that many morons running around, can there be?
Well, listen, the evidence is all around us. I mean, you've got pyramids in Egypt, you've got pyramids in Central America, that these pyramids were built with stones, some of them 20 tons, and they're cut to perfection, and they remove some of them 100 miles away, all up and down mountains. And guess what? Without the invention of the wheel to do it. And they're so mathematically put together that you can't even compute that stuff today. It gives me a headache to try to think about it.
Now, we're going to be off the air in just like about 5 minutes or so. But I'm thinking about, that's with the radio stations. I'm thinking about continuing on about another half an hour. Do you want to? On the internet side?
I don't, sure, yeah.
I mean, unless you're going to be watching TV or, eating pumpkin pie and ice cream, I don't know. But no. I really want to get down to this because people just, how can it, I look at people and I go, wow. How can you even think that we're the only humanoids out there? I just, again, I don't believe that, how can I say it? Portals open up and they just, UFOs come through. Well, maybe that part I do believe. They come either for a black hole, they create a portal. I don't think we have portals that happen naturally on Earth. I just don't buy that. I think that they're manufactured by, aliens, some type of technology that can stop time and create a portal and come in and whatever. I don't know because my brain isn't intelligent enough to really decipher and figure it out.
I know this much. You can look at Drake's equation, which pretty much says there's 100 billion galaxies with 100 billion planetary bodies in them. So if you take 100 billion times 100 billion, that's a lot of chances that you're going to have some intelligent life around. Supposedly, if you do the math of his equation, give or take, it's supposed to be 10,000 intelligent beings just in our galaxy alone.
Yeah, I don't know. Another one, I don't really believe in the praying mantis. I'm sorry, big bugs that, you got to think about this. I mean, people need things, right, to justify. They do. Otherwise, they have nothing to believe in. But some of these reports, like, a praying mantis creature that is like 9 feet tall, and I don't think that they would have the physical ability to build their craft. If they're praying mantis type of structure, I mean, humanoid. I do feel that there's other shapes and sizes and colors, just like we have different colors here, and we have different sizes here on our own planet. You go to certain parts of the country, you got pygmies, okay, and then you got people like Andre the Giant, which had a disease that caused him to grow big. But, I mean, we have that on our planet. So I do believe we could be looking at humanoids. They don't have to look like us by any means. I mean, facial-wise, hand-wise, they don't have to have 5 fingers, but I'm sure they got some fingers. Otherwise, how are they going to pick their nose?
Well, I can tell you this much. I also think they have the ability to implant memories or what they want us to see. So if they want us to see them as a praying mantis or owls in the woods or whatever, I definitely think they have that ability. At least it's a possibility. I
think that's what they do. I think what they do. Well, let's face it. How many humanoids on our planet have seen B horror movies, sci-fi movies in their life? Almost everybody has seen them. Think about that. And that is instilled in the back of your brain. Just like on a hard drive, right? In your computer, it's storage there in your brain. So when they abduct you, they can, whatever they do with your brain, maybe your brain is, we already know that the brain puts out electronic, pulses, it puts out electricity. Maybe that's how they can read our brains. Well, anyway, we're going to be off the air on the radio stations. I want to wish everybody a great new year. And, hey, do me a favor. We got a membership drive going on right now. If you want all the past shows to continue being free, there's only two ways it's going to happen. I'm going to have to pack on a lot of advertising on the show, which there is advertising on the radio stations. You hear the breaks. Every time we make a break, we play music. On the radio end, it's commercials. Do you want